Oh, welcome back to part 5 of the Google Forms. This will probably be the last part in the series of videos. I've already made some responses, so I'm just going to go to the response spreadsheet. Uh, if you're wondering about it, if I click on the My Drive, I'll go to the recent, and you should see my forms. Here's my form, and this is a form icon, and here's my form responses in spreadsheet form, so you can get to them either way in your drive. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the response sheet, and we're going to look at that, and we'll do some analysis with that. Of course, you can use the normal features such as sorting and other things that you could do with a spreadsheet, but I'm going to show you a little add-on. If you've never used an add-on before, I'm going to hopefully, after this loads up, go to add-ons. That's something I have to just do once on this account. I'm going to go ahead and get add-ons. And I'm going to add on the Flubaroo add-on. This is going to automatically grade or score all the responses. So great to use if I'm doing it something like a quiz or something like that. If I'm just collecting poll data or something that doesn't have right or wrong answers, I won't be able to use Flubaroo, but I can still look at answers and such. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. I want to add it, so I'm going to hit this plus, and it's going to add in for me. I just have to say OK to all of those things. Mostly so it can actually send emails out to people on my behalf and some other things. So, all right, once we collect it, it kind of gives me an idea of how it's going to work. So let's actually go back to the form for a few seconds, and I can even do that from here in the spreadsheet. Edit form, send form, so it knows that this sheet, these are some extra terms that aren't in your normal sheet. So let's go to the live form though, and I'm going to do something for Flubaroo. So in here, what is my name? I'm going to call it key. So I know this is the answer key. I still have to put one of these in because I have this question. What part of the day is it? Well, the correct answer is nighttime. Of course, it'll vary if other people take it another time. Opposite poles of a magnet do attract. Sum of 2 and 3 is 5. I hit submit. These go in as answers. And let's actually submit another response. We're going to put something with some incorrect answers in there. Sample at mail. And we'll go with warning. We'll go with repel. And we'll go with 6. So we'll just get all those answers wrong. And we'll hit submit. All right, great. So all these answers are in. If I click back on my response tabs, you can see how these all went in. All right. Something else that we could do with our form. Let's just show summary responses really quick. So summary responses, these are all the responses that I've gotten. Here's some email addresses. And here's what I mean about those pie charts with multiple choice questions. It can also use, depending on the type of question, you might see bar chart as an answer and such. So again, depending on the question type. But I think it's very visual and graphic how people are answering certain questions. All right, let's also go back. Let's use that little add-on. So that, without any add-on, you can certainly do that. View those pie charts and response and do a little analysis. But I think this add-on is pretty neat. So now that we have some answers, let's go with the add-ons. We put this in before. I'm going to ask it to go ahead and grade assignment. Works for a couple of seconds. It's going to ask me a few questions. All right, so it's automatically, without me doing anything, with the name question, identifies the student, email address, identifies the student. What part of the day is it? It's asking me for all these questions and asking me for a certain number of points. I just usually leave them as 1 point each. If you want to weigh questions differently, some weigh more or less, go ahead and give them more or fewer points. I don't remember. These were probably questions that were in there previously, and those might still be hidden in my spreadsheet. All right, look at these. Skip grading on this one, and skip grading on this one because I don't remember what those questions are. They might have been things I trashed. All right, I'm going to continue. it asked me, please submit the one you should use as the answer key. So I usually like to make it the first one because it's easiest to find, but in this case I just called it key. So I know this is the answer key, these are all the correct answers, and that's how it's going to base the grading on. I'll go ahead and continue. It'll take a few seconds, it'll go ahead and do the grading. Notice that it made a second sheet. Here was the first sheet where the actual submissions are. It's giving me some tips. I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm just going to close out the tips. And here's the grades spreadsheet. It went ahead and let me know how everyone did. Let me know the total points. This person got 100% of them correct. This person didn't get any of them correct. I think that was because I did that submission before there were questions. You can tell by the timestamp if we go on here. So this person effectively didn't answer any questions, and this is the one where I got them all incorrect. And it gives me a few like the class totals, what the class average was, how many people got questions right, and so on. So kind of a good way to do a little data analysis in a hurry. You take some time to set it up the first time and go ahead and collect answers. This will work if you send out through an email link, if you put a link on your website, however you want to get that form out to people. And again, if we go back to the form, which I had open over here, or I had open somewhere, edit this form. If I could get back to the form, I could show you. You just copy the link and put it on your website, put it out wherever you like. I think that kind of concludes our series on forms. This was part 5. Maybe we'll do an extra one here or there if there are questions on anything. But hopefully you found the series of videos helpful, and good luck with forms. I think it's a great way to collect information. Very easy, goes into your spreadsheet, and it's a nice, comfortable way to do that. All right, thanks for watching.